Did you know that there are certain interior design rules or principles that you should follow when you design any type of space? It doesn't matter whether you design a bedroom or living room or garden. If you want to achieve a nice interior look, you should apply these principles on your space. So, in this video, we will talk about what these interior design principles are and why you should apply them in your space. If you are already curious, I don't want you to wait no more, so let's just dive into it. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. My name is Selen and I am architect, interior designer and also founder of Selenarchitecturaldesign in London. On this channel I share helpful interior design related videos to help you create your own lovely homes and also give you a perspective from an architect's eye. I upload videos regularly on every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So there will be lots of content that you might find useful. And if this is something that you are interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow my channel for more content. Without further ado, let's start. I was a little bit confused about how to name this rule, but I wanted to go with awareness because this is what we are going to talk about on this first rule. It doesn't matter whether you design a bedroom, living room, bathroom or any type of space. You should always analyze your space before you start your design process. Every space has their strengths and weaknesses, so you should be aware of the potential of your space if you want to achieve a nice interior look. When you analyze the strengths and the weaknesses of your space, this will also help you to decide which parts of the room you want to highlight and also which parts of the room are less desirable to put emphasis. So always make sure that you analyze your space before you actually start your design process, and this is one of the most important rules of interior design. This is another interior design principle that you should follow in order to create best interiors. You should always aim having variety and diversity in your space. I actually want to explain what kind of diversity I mean in 3 small sections for you. First of all, you should always have variety of textures in your space. Having variety of different textures in any kind of space can create visual richness, and that's the reason it's very important. If you only use few textures, your space might look very monotonous and also not very inspiring. So, textures are a great way to bring some interest into any kind of space, and so you should always have variety of textures in any kind of space design. Secondly, I want to talk about contrast because it can actually improve the diversity in your space. In order to create some contrast, you can mix and match some soft materials such as velvet, leather or cotton and many different ones. And you can also use contrast solid materials together, such as even and polished furniture along with some rough matte details. When it comes to contrasting materials, it's really up to your imagination because it's limitless and there are so many ways to create contrast, and as a result of that, you can achieve diversity in your space. And it's really important rule. And the last thing I want to talk about under the diversity is that you should always have variety of different heights between your decorations in your space, because this will bring diversity into your space and also it will make your objects look much more inspiring. When you use same height objects next to each other, it might end up in a little bit boring arrangement, so make sure that you don't put the same height objects next to each other on your decorations. This is another very significant interior design rule in my opinion. Wherever you design or whatever you design, you should always make sure that your design expresses you and your lifestyle. You as a person is very unique and individual, so the space you design should also be unique like you. Your design should be a reflection of who you are. You know, sometimes when you hear a song without the lyrics, you kind of feel that who sings the songs, and it's more likely that you guessed it right because those artists have their own signatures on their music. And your space shouldn't be any different than that. You should have your own unique details and own unique designs, and this is one of the most significant rules in interior design. Your space shouldn't feel like an empty canvas, but you should rather fill it with your own brush marks, which is your personality in this case. Personalization makes the space unique, and we always want to achieve unique spaces. So this is one of the rules that you should always follow for any kind of space design. This is another significant interior design principle. Whatever you design, it doesn't matter, but you should always have a sense of unity in your space. In other words, everything you have in your space should speak the same language or sing the same song. Can you imagine putting 20 different people who speak different languages into a room and expect them to communicate each other? It would only cause chaos, and it's not really different in interior design because a good interior design should flow easily and also should be cohesive. Using repetitive objects or patterns can also improve the cohesiveness of your space, and it can create a flow in your design, so you can include them in your space as well. If you want to have much more information about how you can design any kind of space in 5 simple steps, I have another video for that, and I will put the link in the description box, so you can go ahead and watch that one after this video because there are plenty of information there. This is another significant interior design principle that you should bear in mind when you design any kind of space, because balanced interiors can bring joy and happiness into your life, and also everything just feels right when the space is balanced. Visual balance can be achieved by distributing the visual weights of the objects within a space in order to create a feeling of equilibrium. The size, color, texture, or the shape of an element can change its visual weights. For example, larger, darker, or highly textured elements can actually feel heavier, whereas lighter colors and minimal shapes feel lighter. First of all, I want to explain how you can achieve color balance in your space. There is a 60-30-10 principle in interior design, and we mostly use it for every interior design project. So basically, this rule helps you to create the best color palette for your space. So 60% is your main color, 30% is your secondary color, and 10% is your accent color. If you wonder which objects should be the main color, secondary color, or accent color, I will give you some examples now. 60%, which is your main color, can be walls, rug, or sofa in your space. And 30%, which is your secondary color, can be an accent wall, accent chair, beddings, or furniture in your space. And 10%, which is your accent color, can be a decor and piece of art or some cushions in your space. So, if you apply 60-30-10 principle in any kind of space, you can achieve a color balance easily. Secondly, I want to talk about how you can achieve object balance in your space. And there are actually 2 main ways for that: symmetrical or asymmetrical. Symmetrical balance is actually achieved when objects are mirrored or repeated along a central axis. For example, if you have a sofa in your living room, you can achieve a symmetrical balance just by putting exact same sofa opposite the other one. Symmetry is very common in interior design, and it can portray a feeling of stability, dignity, and also calmness. However, it can also be seen as dull, static, or unimaginative. Symmetry can be achieved by use of patterns, arrangement of furniture, or application of color. However, a symmetrical balance relates strongly to the visual weights of the objects. So, rather than repeating the same item continuously, in this case, we use different elements with a similar perceived weight to create balance on the opposing axis. For example, if you have a big sofa in your living room, You can put two armchairs with a coffee table in the middle on the opposite axis to create a asymmetrical balance in your living space. Asymmetrical interiors tend to feel more dynamic and also less rigid because variety of different objects work together to create a balanced interior. This type of balance can be more difficult and it often requires an eye for design, so it might be a little bit complex for some people. This is another significant interior design principle that you should take into consideration when you design any type of space. Scale of your furniture should match with each other in order to create a proportioned look and also feeling of comfort. Have you ever go to a restaurant and feel uncomfortable because the chair was too low or it was too high that it make you feel like you will fall into your plate? I don't know you, but I have seen these problems everywhere and I don't want to pass this principle without telling you the biggest problem that I have seen in London homes so far. They always tend to put tiny faucets in the bathroom sinks and most of the time you are unable to wash your hands without touching the back of the sink, and it's extremely annoying in my opinion. Do you also think that is annoying or do you think that is just alright for you? Please let me know in the comment section below. But again, all of these problems occur because of the disproportion and wrong scale furnitures. So you should be careful about the dimensions of your furniture and also you should think about whether they will work together or not. The principle of emphasis in interior design is a process of creating focus within a design space. This method is used not only to draw attention to a focal point in a room, but also it can be used to divert the viewer from less desirable area of the space as well. Drawing a viewer's attention can be either done by architectural feature or an item added to a place. Once the focal point is chosen, the rest of the design can work around it. Can you imagine walking into a room with white walls, white ceiling, white floor and white furniture? How boring is that? Rooms become tedious and bland with no dominating elements in the space. So you should always make sure that you have put emphasis on particular parts of the room by creating focal points. If you have watched this video until here, thank you so much. It means a lot for me and I really appreciate that. I want to know which principles did you find interesting and did you or will you apply these principles into your house? You can also let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below because I would like to hear what you think and also we can connect. If you like this video, please click that like button because it encourages me to create more videos for you. And also remember to subscribe to my channel because I upload on every Monday, Wednesday and Friday regularly. So there will be lots of content that you might find helpful and also enjoy. And did I forget anything? Yes. You can also follow me on Instagram at selenarchitecturaldesign for daily inspirations. And you can contact me at selenarchitecturaldesign@hotmail.com for your business inquiries. Again, thank you so much and stay safe until I see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.